How are we going to get rid of racism? Stop talking about it. I am going to stop calling you a white man and I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. Somebody once said to me after I'd done Deep Impact, "What is it like to play a black president?" And I said, I didn't play a black president. I played a president. I just happened to be black. There's a difference. How do we change the world? One random act of kindness at a time. Race seems to me to be less and less a subject worth discussing. In the harshest place on earth, love finds a way. Attacking people with disabilities is the lowest display of power I can think of. You measure yourself by the people who measure themselves by you. I'm not a campaigner or a crusader for ending racism, or anything for that matter. I believe you should live your life according to your own tenets. If there are people you don't like, avoid them. But not liking people based on generalities is stupid. Kindness in thinking or giving creates profoundness and happiness. Kindness in saying creates an everlasting love. The highest power is the human mind. That's where God came from, and my belief in God is my belief in myself. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. That is why it is such a powerful weapon. Don't be different just for different's sake. If you see it differently, function that way. Follow your own muse, always. A single mom who's working 2 jobs and still finds time to take her kid to soccer practice, that's a miracle. We humans are more concerned with having than with being. Self-control is strength. Calmness is mastery. You have to get to a point where your mood doesn't shift based on the insignificant actions of someone else. Don't allow others to control the direction of your life. Don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence. I'm making a great effort because sometimes, life is not enjoyable. Sometimes it's painful, and sometimes it's stressful, sometimes it's agonizing, even, so I think once you get around those humps, strive for pleasure and peace. I gravitate towards gravitas. I know people are saying they like you. I'm not being insulted, or pushed around or anything. People are coming up because they like me. Nevertheless, I can't be everybody's. None of us can. I hate saying no to people. Discipline is not the enemy of enthusiasm. As long as you feel like a victim, you are one. Is listening important? I can't think of a single walk of life where it wouldn't be. I once heard a wise man say there are no perfect men. Only perfect intentions. Finding joy is probably tantamount to finding yourself and being comfortable in your own skin. If you want to see a miracle, be the miracle. If you dream, you've got to dream that it's going to happen. Remember that. I'm always trying new things and learning new things. If there isn't anything more you can learn, go off and die. As you grow in this business, you learn how to do more with less. Anyone who spends a significant amount of time with me finds me disagreeable. Fatigue, discomfort, discouragement are merely symptoms of effort. If you look back on your life and where you started from, it's like looking back down a mountain back to the desert floor. It's like, now I can't believe I had whatever it takes or perceived whatever it took to get here. The best way to confront, or deal with, technological innovation is to keep moving technologically. If you live a life of make-believe, your life isn't worth anything until you do something that does challenge your reality. And to me, sailing the open ocean is a real challenge, because it's life or death. I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. And when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up, does rejoice. Is there a movie I think I should have won the Oscar for? Yeah, all of them. Even through my good-looking youth, I wasn't called on for any romantic parts, which is okay. What I was called on to do, I enjoyed doing. The funny thing about life is that if you live long enough, I think, you'll get every wish you ever had. It'll all come true. Literacy could be the ladder out of poverty. Life doesn't offer you promises whatsoever, so it's very easy to become whatever happened to. It's great to be wanted. I spent a few years not being wanted, and this is better. Seeing is believing, but is it truth? Depends on your point of view. Are you listening, horseman? When you emerge, and you will, I will be there, waiting. Because mark my words, you will get what's coming to you, in ways you can't expect, but very much deserve. Because one thing I believe in is an eye for an eye. Audiences believe what you believe. It's a matter of believing in yourself. If I believe me, then you've got no choice. None at all. I've always been a fan of or desired to or responded to variety. I like variety in life, so variety in work is a must. People like to say that this is all just about making money, but if you don't make money, you don't make anything. In my career, I'm the boss. I'm the end all and be all. I'm the alpha and omega in that. You want to retire from a job you're not that all enamored with. I love what I do. I want to keep doing it till I can't get out of bed doing it. Nobody is trying to save energy. We're trying to shift our use of fuel. Forget saving energy. If we get the right kind of energy, there are endless amounts. I am passionate about what is going on with the oceans, mainly because we are, for some idiotic reason, really screwing it up. I mean, we're really killing the ocean. It's like putting out the sun. Without it, there is no us. Every job's a challenge. The challenge is to do it and make it look right, like you belong there, wherever that is. If I wasn't acting, I have no clue what I'd be doing cause I have no other talent. I can say that life is good to me. Has been and is good. So I think my task is to be good to it. How do you be good to life? You live it. All you have to do is believe, then you will see everything. If I stay at home, I'm not famous. I'm only famous when I'm out in the streets, so I don't go out on the streets much. Your best posture is your next posture. Don't be afraid of what you want. This is your time. The barriers are down. The trick to any profession is making it look easy. Write something insightful. Say Morgan Freeman said it. Win at internet. If you're not living on the edge, then you're taking up a little too much space. Challenge yourself. It's the only path which leads to growth. Very often, you stop walking because you say, well, I'm tired of climbing this hill. I'm never going to get to the top. And you're only 2 steps from the top. If someone prays for patience, you think God gives them patience? Or does He give them the opportunity to be patient? If someone prayed for the family to be closer, do you think God zaps them with warm fuzzy feelings, or does He give them opportunities to love each other? Get busy living or get busy dying. You don't know how much you appreciate your privacy until you don't have it. Never let pride be your guiding principle. Let your accomplishments speak for you. Did you just call me old? I really prefer the word experienced. The best way to guarantee a loss is to quit. The ancient Egyptians had a beautiful belief about death. When their souls got to the entrance to heaven, the guards asked 2 questions. Their answers determined whether they were able to enter or not. Have you found joy in your life? Has your life brought joy to others? Life is tough, but you just have to get out of bed. Get out and do it. Every man has his breaking point. If your life turns out to be good and you have a tremendous amount of luck in your life, it's a good thing to turn around and make it work for others. You're not going to be able to look like anyone else, no matter how hard you try, unless you're a mimic. Then you're not acting, you're just mimicking. I always tell my kids, if you lay down, people will step over you. But if you keep scrambling, if you keep going, someone will always give you a hand. Always. But you gotta keep dancing, you gotta keep your feet moving. I am God, so it's easy to play Him. They say God is in all things. So if God is in me, then I am in God. Therefore, I am God. God does not exist without me. There are things that I would like to do, but I make a big distinction between liking to do something and wanting to do something. If there's something that I want to do, I've done it. If there's something that comes up that I want to do, I will do it. I was lucky in that when the opportunity came, I was prepared to meet it. I'm a firm believer that things happen as they should. The universe unfolds just as it's supposed to. One of the things you can always depend on, this is one of the truths of the universe. And you heard it first from here, whatever we decide we want to do is what we do. You can't take credit for talent, you can only take credit for using it. I don't have anybody telling me what to say. I have people who would suggest, maybe, that I shouldn't do this, that or the other, but that's strictly up to me. I gravitate towards gravitas.